A few days ago, when we heard Henry Cavill was out as Geralt in Netflix's Witcher show, we were all really disappointed, and I did make a video talking about the fact that he took a massive pay cut to even be in the series, and how their departure from source material really turned him off from the show. But now it's getting worse because people online are furious over the recast and are threatening to boycott the show going forward. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So let's start with this Bounding into Comics article, and we'll sum up the initial news that we got. It says Henry Cavill officially exits The Witcher, previously stated he would continue playing Geralt as long as Netflix honored the original books, which at this point we know that they haven't done so far. Maybe in season 3 they'll magically turn it around. I just don't really think so. I think that if they had, he probably would have stayed, but I think he just got fed up with all of the changes that they were making and how much backlash the show has faced. And I think that the show so far has been good. I don't think that it's perfect by any means. It definitely veers from the source material, and it did have some problems. Even though they fixed things like the CGI and the monster designs, they still ultimately did depart from the source material. It says, though, in a somewhat heartbreaking decision given his affinity for the series itself, but ultimately one most fans will agree is for the best. After 3 seasons of watching Netflix slowly butcher The Witcher, the series star Henry Cavill has officially announced that he will not be returning for a 4th, and I do genuinely believe this is going to kill the show. I don't think that the show is going to be very popular after this. I think that they probably will try to very quickly wrap up this series because, of course, I mean, it's not like they're following the source material. It's not like they're going to adapt all of the books, but I just think that now a lot of people aren't really going to watch this series. So his retirement from the role was first announced on October 29th by the actor himself, and he said, "My journey as Geralt has been filled with both monsters and adventures, but alas, I will be laying down my medallions and my swords for season 4, and this is really sad to hear because I thought that he did a great job in this series as this character, but unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like it was meant to be. They have made a lot of changes, and he must have gotten fed up with the people behind the creative team. Even though some changes were small, others were much more impactful, and they've even started making up their own whole storylines, which did really turn a lot of people off from the series. So who knows what changes they'll be making in season 3 and going forward, and how little they're following the source material, especially when the core group of people making creative decisions hate the books and games. I think if he really wanted to stay, he could have. He could have made his schedule work so he could do Enola Holmes, The Witcher, and Superman, but with everything that we know at this point, it's leading me to believe season 3 and potentially even season 4 is going to be wild and completely off the rails, and he didn't want to be a part of it. But now, with these announcements that he is going to be out as Geralt and Liam Hemsworth is going to be in, people are furious. People are even threatening to boycott the show. This article by Fandom Wire says, "Just cancel the show at this point. Liam Hemsworth gets massive backlash for replacing Henry Cavill in The Witcher, called biggest casting downgrade in history." And I have to agree. I don't think that Liam Hemsworth is a good actor. I do not see him as Geralt. I just don't know why they'd choose him, besides he was a cheap option. I feel like they didn't want to pay Henry Cavill what he was worth. He said, "I'm out," and they picked someone who maybe could do a half-decent job, but they didn't really put as much effort into the casting as they could have, and this is who we ended up with. It says the news of Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher and being replaced by Hemsworth as the Geralt of Rivia has led to the show receiving a lot of backlash. Fans, although finding a win with the actor reprising his role as Clark Kent in the DCEU, seem to be split with the idea of him leaving one role for another. It says, though, he was replaced by Liam Hemsworth, and this, of course, has really infuriated people. While the fans are celebrating the return of his Superman, the backlash that The Witcher has received since the announcement has made fans question whether a change in casting was the right choice or not. They call it a downgrade and would rather have had the show canceled instead of watching someone else slay monsters as Cavill did. I feel like at this point they have not followed the source material, so they should just keep not following it and just either kill Geralt off and replace his male lead with a different male lead completely, or yes, at this point they should just cancel the show. I do not think a recast is what the series needs. People are saying things like nothing against Liam, he's a great actor. I have to disagree. I just don't see this transition going well. Henry bears a striking resemblance of the Fame character we know, so I have my concerns. At Witcher, Netflix just canceled the show at this point. When an actor signs on to play a beloved character, they should be contracted for all the seasons of the show, not allowed to be replaced partway through. Liam is a fine actor, yet he cannot impersonate Cavill. Cavill sculpted the role around his personal madness, as if we'd accept any actor to play Picard unless they were decades apart in age. It's never about entertainment, it's always about the money to these companies. As it says, fans all over social media are calling out the series, demanding this to be undone, or saying that the best part of the show had been the Enola Holmes actor. While fans also state that the showrunner seems uninterested in making the show better, seeing that the first season and the second had so much difference, some even wish to wait patiently to see how the actor could approach the role. However you feel about Hemsworth, a major reason people were watching the show was because of Cavill. I think having a name like his drew in normal TV watchers, and it also drew in super nerds like me who loved the Witcher content that existed before the show did, and now that spark is just gone. I don't think that this is going to go very well. I think the numbers are going to plummet. I think we're going to see a high viewership for season 3 because it is Cavill's last season and people of course want to know how it's going to end off with him. And I think that season 4, the numbers will drop like a rock. I just don't think it's going to go well. I think that most people are going to give up on the series, and I know I personally have no interest in season 4 at this point. I'm very disappointed with this decision, but as you can see, many other people are as well, because some individuals are even saying they're going to boycott season 4 now, and they're calling it the biggest casting downgrade in history. But that's all that I really had to talk about in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.